This is Varun broadcasting live from Maidan Racecourse for Dubai. People are enjoying their breakfast and it's completely packed. So things are getting back to normal in Dubai, in the UAE. But एक चीज़ है, a lot of families and parents are still worried about कि उनके schools बच्चों के कब से in person open होंगे, 12th के results time पे आएंगे कि नहीं आएंगे, बच्चों का अगर result अच्छा नहीं हुआ तो वो क्या करेंगे. To find out all the right answers, we have got just the right person with us on the phone line. We have got Mr. Punit MK Vasu. इंडियन हाई स्कूल का नाम आपने सुना ही है, द इंडियन हाई ग्रुप ऑफ स्कूल्स के सीईओ मिस्टर वासु. वेलकम टू सिटी 1016. वेलकम टू ब्रेकफास्ट नंबर 1.
थैंक यू सो मच. इट्स ग्रेट टू जॉइन यू ऑन द फोन.
Mr. Vasu, सबसे पहले तो the burning question that parents have been asking every day, when are the schools going to be reopening for in-person classes?
So right now we have clarity from the regulator that distance learning will carry on till the 3rd of April. There's constant dialogue happening with KHDA and the education official. So, there's a very, very open and transparent dialogue that's happening as to when we can return back. Mm-hmm. The KHDA has given very, very clear directives that schools that want to apply for in-person, on-site learning have to make a specific application. Mm-hmm. But Varunji, I would like to make something very, very clear. I think education institutions across schools and nurseries across the UAE are very, very clear that the safety and the well-being and happiness of learners is of paramount importance. So we have wonderful modes where, distance learning operations can take place at wonderful platforms. I think all of us are of the opinion that the safety and more importantly the mental health of learners is important. So I don't think there is a mad rush on the part of the Indian group of schools to actually force children and parents into a situation where they get into face-to-face learning unless there's a clear green light given by the authorities across the board. So that's the stance that we are taking. But we are a very forward-thinking regulator in the KHDA. There's a lot of transparency, a lot of dialogue. And they're constantly keeping us involved with updates. So surely, as soon as we have a green light from the regulatory authorities, we'll be announcing as to when we can return back for face-to-face learning. But as of now, the Indian curriculum schools, the new academic year starts on the 6th of April. So the Indian curriculum schools are currently closed. And we will have information well in advance to inform our parents as to what mode we'll be operating in starting from the 6th.
So another question that a lot of parents have been asking specifically about the 10th and 12th, the assessment of their results. So have the schools submitted their part of assessment to CBSE board already?
So we have clarity from the CBSE in terms of what's the modus operandi for assessing the grade 10 board examinations. And it's based on the number of exams and the performance of the children in the terms of the board exams that they've already taken. And it's an averaging system that the CBSE has very nicely announced. I think it's very fair, it's very transparent. There's a lot of equity in that metric that they have come up with. So for grade 10, the board has clearly announced that it's based on an average of the exams that you've already taken in terms of grade 10. For grade 12, we are still awaiting clarity from the board as to what will be the assessment metrics that they are using. We have, instances in the past, during COVID, when the board had come up with a wonderful formula. It remains to be seen whether they will use the same for grade 12 examinations. Like I said, we haven't received any official communication. Just, for the benefit of the listeners, during COVID, grade 12 was based on a combination of your performance in grade 10, 11 and 12. So took into consideration past performance and internal performance in school assessments. But it remains to be seen as to what the board now guides us for grade 12. So grade 10, it's officially announced. Grade 12 board exams, Varun, it's yet to be announced.
And we also read somewhere, Mr. Vasu, that CBSE has assured that 12th results will be announced on time. They won't delay the results. Is that true?
Absolutely, because it has an impact in terms of entry into tertiary learning. And you have a lot of Indian students that do go abroad. And we know that your grade 12 exams are definitive and, they are indicative of which university you would be able to get into. So again, there's been a lot of discussion that we have been having with the CBSE. We are blessed that we have a we have a regional office based in Dubai, and there's a very, very strong leadership team that has a lot of discussion with us as well. So I think there's a lot of inputs that schools like us are able to give to the CBSE about what's happening in the region and what's a way forward that looks after not only the mental well-being and happiness of the learners, but also ensures that the academic scores and the academic integrity is protected and that their future is secure.
Yeah, and I can say this on behalf of I think all the schools and teachers, because a lot of parents are thinking कि schools के तो मजे हैं यार, बच्चे तो जा नहीं रहे हैं. They don't realize that the teachers and the authorities in the schools, where they are also going through a lot just to make sure that the kids are also feeling safe, they are also being educated in the right direction. So thank you so much for doing all the hard work. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, that we spoke to you last night, our team got in touch with you last night at about 11:30 and you were still working, Mr. Vasu. So thank you so much for putting in the hard work, and thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you so much for being a wonderful host and a very, very understanding parent. I understand you got two children of your own, so you absolutely know what it means to be in a school setting. So thank you for appreciating that, and thank you for having me online.